My name is Fumi Okoruka, and I'm the project director of Emblem. I'm here to take the topic of technology with smart buildings and cities. But before I commence, I'd like to say thank you to the organizers of this event for inviting me to speak here today. I'd like to say thank you also to you all for taking time to join us here during this seminar. Europe currently has 60% of the world's smart cities. In Asia, Singapore is on track to becoming the first smart nation. While in closer home here in Nigeria, we have the Abuja Centenary City, as well as the Smart City Innovation Hub, as some of the smart city initiatives that the federal government is commencing or starting off on under its digital transformation strategy. Also, the 100 smart cities will be created under the Smart Cities Vision India project all across India. But what is a smart city? While there is no generally accepted definition of what a smart city is, the International Data Corporation defines a smart city as one that uses intelligent devices, IoT, as well as instrumentation technologies to achieve the goal of sustainable economic development, as well as quality of life for its citizens. Simply put, a smart city is one that uses digital technologies and data to solve its sustainability and organization challenges. Sustainability within the context of cities is the ability of the city to comfortably provide for its current citizens as well as future generations of inhabitants. It's also the ability of the city to It's also the ability of that city to achieve the triple bottom line, which is the accounting framework that measures performance, not just in terms of profit or economic value, but also in terms of the social value as well as the environmental value. But why smart cities? According to the UN, by the year 2050, 70% of world population will be urban. Also, all around the world, 1.3 million tons of solid municipal waste is generated yearly. Think of that. It's a massive figure. I mean, we just have to take a drive to the Lagos toll gate, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, and the pervasive smell, pardon me for using that, of the refuse dumps there hits you in the face. This gives us the stark reality of the real issues in terms of sustainability, in terms of environmental conditions, as well as resource constraints versus demand efficiency that cities are dealing with currently. So, under this sustainability issue, there are key concerns that are relevant to the sustainability agenda of smart cities or cities in general. We have the reduction of the energy output, reduction of the carbon footprint, as well as the efficient management of demand, buildings, infrastructure, and life cycle within cities. There is also the issue that city leaders deal with, which has to do with efficient service delivery to citizens within their cities. So all these particular concerns are taken care of by smart cities. Each of those concerns, smart cities all around the world are preferring solutions to them, and they are working. You can check Amsterdam, check Barcelona, check Copenhagen, and some other smart cities in the world. Mainly, most of them are in Europe. And of course, Singapore, like I mentioned, as well as India, also leading the track in terms of smart city development. Now, the elements that make up a smart city are described in this illustration. But for the purpose of our discussion here, we're focusing on smart energy as well as smart buildings. But just why are buildings relevant to cities? Well, simply because buildings make up 75% of the built-up urban space within cities. Also, cities represent 40% of the total energy demand within any urban area. And cities also are buildings also are rich sources of data. And this data or information is important to any smart city development project. But not just any kind of building. smart buildings. A smart building is very good at learning about occupants' preferences and their presence within the building. But more importantly, a smart building is one that measures, monitors, controls, as well as optimizes operations and maintenance in order to achieve reduced energy use and impact of building functions on the environment. This, of course, is very important when you're looking at the sustainability agenda and all that has to tie in with it concerning buildings, cities, and environment. Remember that the theme of this particular event is green innovation and technology. So that's exactly what smart buildings do. And they do this all through continuous data-driven analytics as well as remote implementation. So when you're looking at the basic framework of a smart building is composed of the remote implementation part, which is referred to as building automation or technically building management system. And it's also composed of digital technologies and tools. Digital technologies are usually disruptive in nature. We'll be going into the meaning of that word in the next section. So these digital technologies, under that you have 3D modeling or imaging, you have visualization technologies, you have social business apps, you also have some cloud-based intelligence tools as well that are all put together into smart buildings and take care of the analytics aspect. Smart buildings aid smart cities, principally by improving the energy efficiency of cities and also the demand management framework. This is because they automatically respond to external signals. And when we're talking about external signals, you recall that in the last illustration that I showed you, there was smart energy there as well as smart buildings, exactly. So smart buildings are able to achieve all this within smart cities because they integrate and communicate with the smart grid. The smart grid is the aspect of smart buildings, of smart cities that takes care of energy distribution, energy generation, distribution, and management. This illustration gives us a better understanding. I hope it's clear enough. So this is like the interrelationship between the three elements. You have the smart grid there, which takes care of the smart energy aspect of cities or smart cities. And then you have smart buildings and then smart cities. So the smart building integrates and communicates with the smart grid, receiving signals and thereby helping the smart grid to achieve energy efficiency. And then because of that, the smart cities efficiency in terms of energy demand and distribution is also improved. So the smart grid distributes energy to all the infrastructure within the smart city. So together with the smart grid, smart buildings form the basis of a smart city. You could say that the more smart buildings you have within the city, the smarter the city becomes. And I'm very aware that a lot of people also have concerns in terms of the capital investment or expense that has to go with smart buildings. We'll be talking a bit about that shortly. But think of it that Siemens, through its smart building solution, was able and is currently still able to help the Melbourne city government under its Greener Government Buildings Program save up to $829,000 per year in water and energy efficiency savings. Also, Google made a significant stake in the smart building space by acquiring Nest Labs for a cost of or a value of $3.2 billion. I think that was in 2012 or 2014. So smart buildings are relevant within the context of emerging economies, within the context of smart city development, and I'll be mentioning a bit about that. I don't know how many of us are aware that on the 20th of June this year, the Lagos State government signed an MOU with Dubai LLC for the development of Smart City Lagos in the Ibeju-Lekki axis. This particular slide is giving us an analogy. The first row of mobile handsets, in the first row are handsets that most of them are not currently in circulation. I doubt if you would find a functional Nokia 3310 in the whole of Lagos now. There is. Do you have one, sir? You know someone that has one? That was one of the most rugged phones ever. My first phone was a 3210, a Nokia 3210. And I cannot tell you how my life changed because of that phone. Because when I was in university then, I used to have to travel 15 minutes to Nitel in town just to make a call. And then of course I'll meet the long queue of people. And God help you if there are Yoruba people in that queue. I'm very sorry, I'm Yoruba by origin as well, but you know, maybe you've heard about jokes about Yoruba people placing calls or making calls and then having to greet everybody in the community. But I'm very sorry, I'm Yoruba, so I can take it. So, the 3210 changed the way, the communication, not just for me, but for a lot of people, mobile handsets, whatever kind of mobile handsets that was available around that time. Look at the second row there, we have smartphones, and then moving on, progression in technology, mobile phone technology, flexible phones, flexible smartphones and all that. But the analogy is this, because smartphones have now taken communication up a notch, they allow us to communicate not just for the sake of communication, but how we want to communicate. They are totally, smartphones and its ilk are totally obliterated mobile handsets. Although, sir, he said that he has a friend that has a Nokia 3310. I doubt if there are 20,000 people in Lagos that have a Nokia 3310. Most people, it's smartphones. So this is just to describe what a disruptive technology is. A disruptive technology is a new and emerging technology that unexpectedly displaces an established one. And that is what smartphones have done, really. Smartphones currently not just aid communication, they also have changed the way we do business. I don't have to go to a cyber cafe to send a business mail. I'll do that on my phone. Simple. Communication by Skype and the rest of them. So basically, that's what a disruptive technology is. And I did mention earlier, when the analogy that I showed, that smart buildings are composed of digital technologies which are disruptive in nature. Some of those technologies are IoT and the rest of them. Another element or some of the characteristics of a disruptive technology, most of them are digital in nature anyway, is that they significantly alter the way businesses operate. They facilitate new interaction and cooperation models amongst industry stakeholders, and they also leverage on big data and analytics. Big data is simply, inconveniently large data that traditional data processing and management applications and tools cannot conveniently handle. Simple. Think of Netflix, which is the largest online streaming video company in the US. It has 29 million subscribers, and for each of those subscribers, it aggregates, that means it generates and analyzes data on the movies they watch, when they watch it, when they pause, when they stop, when they rewind. So that gives you a concept of what big data is, simply. Now, while I was putting together the write-up for this particular topic, from most commentators and industry stakeholders, there are 10 disruptive technologies relevant within the smart built environment or relevant to smart cities. And that's a brief rundown of them there. You have IoT, cloud computing, and the rest of them. But we'll be focusing on 3 today, basically because of the scale of the applicability within the building industry and to the smart built environment or smart cities. IoT, 3D modeling or imaging, as well as additive manufacturing. IoT is the acronym for Internet of Things, and basically it refers to the linking of objects, devices or equipment over the internet in such a way that they can send, respond and receive data. Within the smart building, this is seen in display, or you can see it being applied, where the building through the devices and equipment within it is able to respond to the presence and the preferences of occupants, and therefore adapt its monitoring and control functions to that. And all this is all done through the IoT framework. The benefits of this technology really is that one of the key benefits is that for those people that are concerned about the cost of capital investments, as regards to smart buildings, IoT has brought or provides or makes possible an affordable smart building retrofit. So when the IoT is linked with low-cost sensors and actuators within a smart building, you can have an affordable smart building retrofit. And this is great news for small and medium-sized building owners, and it's also great news for emerging economies like ours. Also, the IoT enhances the smart city framework, and this is because the more equipment are linked within a city, the efficiency of the smart grid is improved. You remember I said that smart buildings with smart grid form the basis of smart cities. So the efficiency of the smart grid is improved, and therefore the efficiency of the smart city framework is also improved. Also, the IoT can deal with scale, complexity, and integration of data. The current number of connected things right now is 22.9 billion, according to Statistica. And it's expected to reach, actually not double, but reach 50 billion, 50.1 billion connected things over the IoT framework. Disregard that to double, that's actually a typo. It's going to reach 50.1 billion by the year 2020. What does this mean? Currently, the IoT runs on the backbone of connectivity. That's your 3G, 4G, bandwidth, and the rest of them. I think within the digital transformation strategy of the Nigerian government, we're currently working on the 4G deployment. But by the year 2019, actually, the 5G bandwidth is expected to be standardized and then to be in operation. And that, of course, will improve the IoT framework of smart cities, and will lead the race towards deployment. I have a small exercise here. I actually checked this particular website before, some days back. You can actually go to that website, www.thinful.net, and check the number of connected things within Lagos over the IoT framework. I think when I did the check for cars, there were about 9,999 cars or something like that. So you can actually do that exercise. It's a fun one to do. 3D modeling or imaging is simply building information modeling, and it is when the building is represented in 3D, in such a way that designers, AEC consultants, city managers, building owners, whoever, can view the building in 3D. They can preview it in 3D. Now, this technology is very, very instrumental within the building industry, because it leads to the reduction of construction costs by as much as 20%, because there are fewer change orders. And also, when it is applied within the scale of a city and used in conjunction with cloud-based intelligence, you can have a situation where the whole 3D model of a city is represented, and then you can view the city in real time. This is what is available with the City Zenith. It's a 5D smart world technology, and basically it's the big data for the built environment. Remember, I mentioned that big data is inconveniently large data. What this means is that you have the whole of Lagos, for instance, every building in Lagos, every street, every feature within Lagos in 3D model, and you can view it. And not just view it, visualize it, you can also get real-time information on any of the buildings. This is where it's been applied. Here a particular building is clicked, and because it's linked to CCTV cameras, you can see the blow up there of that particular place that's been clicked. So that's what we're having there. You have connected to CCTV CCTV cameras, and then you have the view of those particular places. This particular citizen technology tool was actually created by the makers of that is Michael Janssen and some of his team. They actually brought up this particular technology, and it's been deployed in Barcelona currently. It's also been deployed in Chicago as well. Now, the real beauty of this technology is this. For city managers, when it comes to monitoring what is happening within the city, this technology can serve as a command center, as an intelligence operations center for city managers to monitor and dispense their duties better. It's actually this particular technology is actually used also in Brazil. They have a command center also for their city, I think Sao Paulo or something. So that is the beauty of this technology. Also, because for designers like architects, for instance, think of an architect that has to design a particular plot, design a building for a particular plot of land, and you can generate all the information on that plot using this particular technology, even right down to the town planning regulations and all that. And because of that information, it's real-time information. Say I'm an architect and I have a plot of land in Enugu, for instance. Let's think of a situation where this technology is used within Enugu state or city government. And then that means I will not have to travel all the way to Enugu, for instance, just to do site reconnaissance survey for that particular plot. If this technology is used, for instance, I just have to click on that particular plot, and all the analytics, the information on that technology, on that plot, will just drop down there. That's simply the meaning of this technology. Think of how that would save a lot of cost in terms of travel costs, and then for city managers in terms of city monitoring and management. Printing. Additive manufacturing it's commonly referred to as 3D printing, and this is where a solid object is generated by adding layers of materials. We'll be looking at a short video that describes this later. In 2014, a Chinese company called Winsun was able to build or to print and assemble 10 houses of 195 square meter each. That's about a 3-bedroom bungalow or so, within 24 hours at a cost of 5,000 euros. This technology has the singular ability to change the whole construction and real estate sector of the building industry. Because it means now we don't have to start pouring concrete. You just have to have like 4 printers, large size printers, and to print your walls and all that, and then couple it together. It's been proven to have been done. We'll look at the short video. This particular technology also is being used in Canada by some companies as well, and it's commonly available. And then in Dubai, the first functional 3D office was also using this particular technology. We'll be looking at the short video later. But the benefits of this technology within the smart building space, built environment, or the building industry is this. You can shorten delivery time by as much as 50%. That's delivery time on your construction projects. And then you can reduce construction costs by as much as 30 to 60%. And because of the kind of materials that are used, you can also achieve your sustainability agenda also better in terms of the reduction of impact of building construction on the environment, raw materials and the rest of them. So we'll look at the short video, and that gives us a better understanding of this technology.
And cement instead of brick and mortar. However, technological limitations prevented the building's roofs from being printed. The buildings will serve as offices at a high-tech industrial park in Shanghai. We visited the company's workshop in Shanghai's neighboring city of Suzhou to find out precisely how the buildings were printed. The walls are primarily made out of material refined from construction waste and mixed with cement. The wall structure was scrupulously designed to ensure soundness and practicality. The printer used to make the walls was designed and made by inventor Mauve. His company and research center are all made out of 3D printed walls. It took about a month for him to build his office, which covers an area of over 10,000 square meters. Mauve said a 3D printing assembly line usually consists of 4 printers. He added that the new technology is cost-effective and environmentally friendly.
To obtain metal stones, we need a mining, digging up blocks of stones and sewing them into pieces. The whole mining and manufacturing process is damaging our environment badly. But in the future, we can build good buildings with reliable materials and without waste. Waste from the demolished buildings, industrial waste, or even mine tailings can be used to build structures with our recycling treatment. This will
Think of the future where 3D printing is deployed in all construction sites in Lagos or in Nigeria. I envision a future where this technology will also be used in conjunction with advanced robotics. Think of how that would change business models within the construction industry. Think of how that would impact the labor force within the construction or building industry. When you have most sites being construction ongoing there, just basically with your 3D printer and advanced robotics, the robots just setting up and or assembling. You'd have to change your business model. Also, the skill sets required for operating those particular technologies will change. How many laborers or people would we have in those sites actually working? Artisans are currently carrying water and all that. But this is the future that we're looking into. And currently, the future of disruptive technologies is moving more than simple pattern recognition to cognitive learning, which is described as AI or artificial intelligence. Mark Zuckerberg, the guy I think was in Nigeria some months back, is currently planning an AI-based smartphone. That's an artificial intelligence-based smart home that will visualize data in virtual reality and help him to lead his companies more effectively. This is the future of disruptive technologies. Now, technology does not exist just for the sake of being, it's just advanced technology. It has to be put to a certain use. Policymakers and city managers all around the world are in agreement that the challenge in city development is not creating new cities or smart cities. The challenge is actually adding intelligence to the dumb infrastructure in place. And I use this term infrastructure loosely to mean both buildings and infrastructure within cities. Like I said, the Lagos State government was, signed an agreement with an MOU with the Dubai LLC organization, the same organization that built or that developed Smart City Dubai, as well as Smart City Kochi India, as well as Smart City Malta, for the development of Smart City Lagos in the Ibejuleki axis. But we need to ask ourselves, what about the previously existing urban areas? Lagos is not consisted or does not consist of just Ibejuleki axis. There's mainland, there are other areas. What is the plan or what strategy should we adopt for integrating these older areas or existing areas into the new smart city framework so that we can achieve the sustainability agenda outlined under the SDG goals, that's Sustainable Development Goals of UN. All these goals are supposed to be met or completed or achieved by cities 2030 in the world. In truly smart cities, buildings are smart, connected to each other, and to the smart grid. So my submission here today is that building smart cities from ground up is easier, but integrating existing areas, urban areas, into the new framework framework is smarter. And how can we do this? What I did was to look at the Smart City Mission India project. The one that I mentioned, it says $15 billion project in which 100 smart cities were developed in India. We can draw parallels between India and Nigeria in terms of population. India has 1.2 billion. Nigeria currently, according to the National Population Commission, has 180 million. Also, India has antiquated infrastructure, just like we have in Lagos here. But thankfully, the Lagos state government is working arduously to improve the infrastructure of all of Lagos states. But infrastructure, of course, we're not talking about just infrastructure, we're talking about buildings as well. Smart buildings investments have been proven to pay for themselves within 2 years. And they result in 20 to 40% less energy as well as 10% lower operating expenses. So when I looked at the Smart Cities Mission India project, the strategy they adopted for the development of these areas, the 100 smart cities, they're not just new developments. There's redevelopment also involved or part of that particular strategy. And there's also new smart developments that will be put up. So what they've done for existing urban areas is to apply smart retrofitting. I mentioned that IoT provides an affordable smart building retrofit because when it's linked with low-cost sensors and actuators, then you can now have a not particularly expensive retrofit. You don't have to use you don't have to apply costly and invasive retrofits. So that's one of the things they're applying. And then also you can also apply 3D imaging for the visualization of these existing urban areas. We're talking now about the disruptive technologies that could be applied as, in terms of the strategy for integrating existing areas with new smart development. Because for Lagos, for instance, smart city is not just smart city Lagos in the Lekki axis. It's the whole of Lagos that really has to be developed. I agree that it's a daunting task, but it's something that needs to be done. And if India, which is an emerging economy like ours, we could say Nigeria, I don't know what people call Nigeria now, whether it's emerging or developing or whatever, or third world, anything. But if India is doing it, we should also look critically into it. At least develop a strategy. I'm not sure what the smart city strategy for Lagos is, but we're just like projecting into the future. So for new smart developments, we have smart buildings and then urban solution. So this is a strategy that could be adopted in Lagos for the smart city development framework or smart city development strategy. And then under this, it's not just government that will have to do this. Government, of course, has to provide the sufficient political will, but they also have to sensitize private building owners and citizens as well to also deploy this particular technology. And these are some of the things that could be done. Because of time, I won't be able to run through them right now. But for buildings with minimal automation, they can apply those particular disruptive technologies and then replace older systems with digital versions. For buildings with no automation, those are the things that they could apply, also combining that with renewable energy technologies. Then the government also, at strategic level, also needs to integrate the smart city framework to include existing areas, influence C-level executives as well. At the implementation level, the retrofit issue should be limited to core retrofit measures that can be applied over a large number of buildings within Lagos. Of course, you can imagine that some kind of valuation has to be done or field work in terms of taking stock of housing stock that is currently available in Lagos. So, this brings me to the end of my discussion today. There's actually a particular section. The abridged version of this seminar as well as the full version will be available on that website for anyone who's interested. The other aspect has to do with upgrading digital technology, upgrading businesses for digital transformation. As I've explained that these technologies are bringing new models, new interactions into the building industry. And I did say with the 3D printing thing that it will change not just the building models, but also the composition of the labor force. So you can also find information on that on the website if you go there. And currently my organization, Mauve, Emblem, we're currently developing smart city trainings. These trainings will be deployed in the first quarter of next year. And they can benefit not just professionals within the building industry, but citizens as well. You can go onto this website if you're interested and register your interest. Of course, there are discounted rates for the first 100 people that do so. Also, in order for you to position yourself properly, you might also consider taking stock of what the knowledge gap is when it comes to smart cities or smart buildings or green innovation or sustainable businesses. By taking a survey, we have a slide survey. There's a young man at the back there who can give you the survey and you can fill it. But if you're interested with this or in the trainings, please register your interest on this website. Thank you so much for your time. I want to say thank you again to the organizers of this event. Thank you. Thank you.